Wow. When I was practicing this at 11:30 p.m. last night, staring at a wall, it doesn't do any justice to what you actually get when you're standing in front of an audience. So this is a big deal for me. I've been wanting to speak at WordCamp for quite a few years. I got in this time because somebody called in sick. So that was cool. I made them sick. No, I didn't. No, I'm kidding. This is kind of a big deal for me because this is the first time I've actually spoken at a WordCamp, so it's kind of cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I'm very mindful of time, and I tend to just waffle. I've been told that a lot, so I should just move along. And I've got beautiful timekeepers here, so they'll keep me on track. Anyway, okay, so welcome to my presentation. I'm going to be going through, for the next 30 to 35 minutes, hopefully less than that, but we'll see. I'm going to take you through 10 things that your WordPress website can do that you may not know it can do. Now we know that WordPress is quite a fantastic content management system. You can build beautiful websites with it, but there are plugins that can extend the functionality of your website beyond your mind, can blow your mind. So anyway, there's two objectives that I have for this presentation. The first one is to blow your mind and to get you to the point of saying, you can do that, cool. And the second thing is, see that little rocket up on the screen there? Yeah, we got to get that rocket to the planet, okay? And if you look closely at the rocket, you'll see a little WordPress logo, okay? That's a flag. So we got to get the rocket to the planet and pitch the flag on the planet, okay? That's the second objective. So, does that sound all right? Yes. Yes, thank you. All right, let's get into this, shall we? So, who am I? Hi, I'm Paul. I do three things. Try and keep things simple. I'm a dad and stuff like that, but this is my businessy sort of thing. Like Ingrid said, I run a company called Gold Coast Business Websites, where we build WordPress websites, teach people how to build them and manage them, and we also do ad hoc and all that sort of jazz with websites. I also look after another brand called WP Genie, which is a WordPress website care service. So I've just extended that on, and it's the typical, you sign up for a monthly subscription, and you get wishes. So you get additional tasks with the particular plans that you sign up with. It's pretty neat. Check it out. The other thing I do is I organize and co-host the WordPress Gold Coast meetup. So if you are in Southport on the Gold Coast next Thursday and you're just driving down Ferry Road at around 6 p.m, then pop into the tavern, the Ferry Road Tavern, where you can join other WordPress like-minded people and learn more about your WordPress website. I highly recommend you coming along to that. So that runs on the very last Thursday of every month, and it's completely free. Thank goodness for our sponsors, Kinetics, WP Engine, and WP Australia. Couldn't do it without those guys, so kudos to those guys. Thank you. All right, so that's me. Let's get cracking, shall we, into the 10 things that your website can do that maybe you didn't know that it could. Yeah? So with any 1 to 10, we always start with number one, right? So let's have some fun. All right, number 1, turn your website into a proposal generating machine. All right, who here, hands up, be honest, do you guys, who sends proposals out using PDFs? Right, cool. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. But I encourage you to have a look at maybe just changing your mindset a little bit and changing the way that you send your proposals. And I was doing the exact same thing up until the end of last year, and I started utilizing my website as a way to send my proposals. So there's a couple of ways that you can do this. And the first way that you can do this is to install WP Proposals. It's a plugin. It's totally free. It's totally awesome. And what that does is it puts a new post type into your dashboard menu, as you can see on the menu, on the arrow. And that allows you to create proposals on your website. So just like adding a page or a post, you can then create a proposal. And then you fill out all the fields, like the customer name and all the ingredients of what you're offering in your proposal. And then you hit publish, and then that sends an email to the client with a link that they click on, and then they get taken to your website with the details of the proposal. Now, it knocks the header and the footer out, so it just creates a nice sort of, like a nice template, and then they can, and then the customer can just put their email in at the bottom to accept, and we're done. Very easy. So I used to send out like PDFs, and then the clients would have to get it on their phones, and they would read through it, and then they'd have to pinch and zoom in to have a look, and then they had to actually print off the last page of the proposal to sign the agreement. So to print it off, sign it, and then they would take a photo, or they'd scan it in, and then send it back to me. And that takes a lot of time. So having your proposal system on your website can really save time. And I must say that since I integrated this into my website at the beginning of this year, I've had at least, I'm being probably quite humble here, but yeah, probably about a 50% uptake in my proposal acceptance, just by changing that one little thing. So I'm not using this plugin. I've done it a different way. I've gotten a couple of other plugins to help me build my own custom post type, and this is what mine looks like. So on the left, you can see that I've just got a proposal post type, and then it's just like adding a normal post editor to your website, and then I've got some fields. So client name and proposal date, the total investment, and I keep mine really simple. I've just got bullet points, lists of what's included in the proposal, and that's all I have. And then what I use is I use a page builder called Elementor to build out the template, and then I use a couple of plugins to build the custom post type, and one of them is called Custom Post Type UI, which creates the custom post type, which creates the proposal post type. And then I use Advanced Custom Fields Pro to use to build the fields. And then I integrate the shortcodes from the Advanced Custom Fields, and then I put that on the template, and then voila, it all works really well. I won't go into great detail about it, but I tell you what, it is amazing. I've spoken to my clients, and they love it. They love getting these proposals. And as I said, I've gotten a pretty big increase in the acceptance rate. So that's number one. Let's move on to number two. All right, this is pretty cool. Personalized website content. So there's nothing greater than hearing our own name. We know that, right? So we love the sound of our own name. So when you, so with this idea is that you can create content and direct it to specific people. So you can personalize it. So you can say, hi, Bob, or hi, John, or whatever, whatever the person's name is. And there's a really cool plugin that allows you to do this really, really easily. and it is called the Get Params plugin. All right? And what that does is it allows you to create a shortcut. Well, it creates a shortcode for you, and then you just pop that into where you want it to go. So you might have, happy birthday, Mary, something like that, or happy birthday, and then the shortcode. Then what you do is you create a link, just like you see on the example there. So you've got your website address, the page name, and then you've got a query string. Does everybody know what a query string is? All right, well, that's a query string. So you've got where it's got the question mark and then param name equals John. So what you do is, if the person that you're sending the personalized content to is called John, then you would send them that link, okay, in its entirety. Or if it's Michelle, you'd send it to you'd change John to Michelle, or whatever. So then what you can do is you can create things like this. So this is what I've done. I've created a template using Elementor. I've got happy birthday, the words, and then I've got the shortcode, which you saw on the previous slide. I've got that next to happy birthday. And then I've put my little message, and then I send the query string that I showed you there. So my website address and the page name, and then the question mark param name equals Michelle, as you can see on there. And then basically the query string takes the name from the query string and replaces the shortcode with the name that's in the query string. So it's really, sorry? You could, yeah. I mean, absolutely, yeah. You can definitely do that. You can have video. You can like that background of the balloons is just a YouTube video, and I've just got that on loop. So it's pretty easy. So that's number 2. Let's move on to number 3. All right. Anybody who is interested in the blockchain technology? Blockchain, anybody? Yeah, anybody heard of it or not heard of it? Yeah, yeah, cool, awesome. Yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Yeah, number 3, you're blogged on the blockchain. Has anybody heard of Steemit? No? Oh, hello. Woohoo! Cool. Yeah, she's a plant. No. Steemit is a website where you can create content and get paid for that content from the community. So we call these micropayments, and you get paid in cryptocurrency, also known as Steam dollars, I think. Yeah, Steemit. So the idea of this is that you would create blog posts on your website, right? You're going to do that anyway. So with this particular plugin called SteamPress, you can set it up so that when you post a blog on your website, it can automatically be pushed to your Steemit account. And then if people really like your content and they love it, they'll upvote you by paying you in cryptocurrency. And then you can take that cryptocurrency, put it on an exchange, sell it, and actually make money from your blogging content. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. So you've heard of medium.com? Yeah? So it's similar to that, where you put a blog post up and people clap, I think it is. Or, so yeah, it's basically the same as that, but you get actually paid for your content. So SteamPress allows you to blog on your website, and it then forwards that blog over to your Steemit account, and then puts the blog over there where you can potentially get paid, which is pretty neat. So you need a Steemit account. Just install the SteamPress plugin. and then you configure the settings to the blog content to then steam it. And I'll show you a screenshot, what I mean here. So there's your blog, and then you got like it puts a little option there to then tick box to then forward to steam it. And that's it. So there's roughly around about 1.4 million active members on Steemit. Something like that, yeah. So it's pretty cool, and it's growing. All right, so let's move on. Number 4, marketing automation in your dashboard. This is pretty awesome. Anybody heard of Groundhog? Groundhog? Groundhog Day, yeah. Bill Murray, love that movie. Well, Groundhog is it's a fairly new plugin, I guess, sort of newish on the scene, but it allows you to set up email funnels directly in your dashboard. So similar to what ActiveCampaign and those other like GetDrip and all those other third-party services that you can use to create more complex funnels or email marketing sequences or automation. Groundhog basically simplifies all that and creates its own user interface within your dashboard, and then you can set up triggers and all sorts of stuff that send out emails when somebody does something. So you can manage and store your own list, so you're not at the mercy of the third-party services. So you can actually control your own list completely and have complete ownership over it. And you can save money on using external third-party services as well. Now, of course, Groundhog is very simple. If you need more complex stuff, then you would go and use ActiveCampaign or the bigger sort of players. But if you're just starting out and you just want to dip your toe into automation, or if you've got like an e-commerce site and you've just started out, then this is a good starting ground, because it works well with all major e-commerce platforms as well, like WooCommerce and others as well. So this is a screenshot of just an example funnel that you can set up. So this one here is just basically, you create a form, and then when somebody fills out the form, an email is then sent. So they might fill out a form to download something of value, like a PDF or a whatever. And then you trigger that and you send them the email with the PDF. And then you can set up other actions to deal with that person. So then if you have an email that gets sent to them and they say, click on this email, takes them back to the website, a landing page, and then it says, here's your download link. And then you can actually then trigger another email like 2 days later using this system to say, hey, what do you think of the PDF? And then you can set up other triggers, like say another 2 days later after that, send another email. So it's pretty cool. I encourage you to check it out if you want to sort of get into this. Yes, it's free. Capital letters. Get it now. Download it. Yeah, it's on the WordPress repository, so yeah. It is pretty neat. It is limited. There are limitations to it, so just be aware of that. All right, number 5. Gotta get moving. Okay, make your forms work harder for you, people. All right, what do I mean by this? So there's so many times that I've come along websites, and when I'm looking at a website and my clients ask me to look over it, one of the big things I check is, does the contact form work? That's a really important thing, because sometimes they don't work, they stop working. But most of the time I find that when I'm testing these contact forms, I put in my details, hit the send button. And then like a little message comes up underneath that says, your form is submitted. Thank you. I'm like, you're welcome. What does that mean? You know, did it really get sent? You know, what happens next? You know, will I get, you know, fanfare from the people that I sent the email to? Will I, you know, will I get a call like, you know, 2 minutes later? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I don't know. So this is what I mean by make your forms work harder for you. So please ensure that all your forms have at least a thank you page that takes them to another page after they submit that says, thanks. And guess what? You've already learned. You can personalize these thank you pages as well. So you can thank the person by taking their first name that they put into the form and put it onto the thank you page. So thanks, Bob. While you're waiting for us to get back to you, why don't you check out our FAQ page where most of our commonly asked questions are? Or, hey, why don't you download our 50-page PDF on how you should get your contact forms working better for you? Something like that. But yeah, please people, please, I implore you, just at least set up a thank you page, a next step, a thing that just says, hey, we acknowledge you. We've got your message, and we're gonna get back to you. At least something, all right? Okay, I've got another point here. Oh yeah, so you can add additional upsells and offers to those thank you pages as well, which is pretty cool. So you can, you know, say, hey, why don't you sign up for our 17-minute strategy session, something like that. So pretty cool stuff. All right, let's move on. Number 6, create DIY landing sales pages. There is no excuse for you to not use your WordPress website to house your landing pages. You know, yes, you can go and use other services, which I will not name. You know who I'm talking about. You know. But there is no excuse that you can't use your own website to house your own landing pages. In fact, you could create a custom post type using custom post type UI and advanced custom fields, and you can, well, you may not even need to use that, but you could create your own landing pages within your own site, so then you can direct traffic to your site, to your landing pages. And there are a host of plugins that will help you build beautiful landing pages, such as Elementor, Brizy, Site Origin, Beaver Builder, and can anybody guess what the next one is? Boom! Gutenberg. Yes. Well done, guys. Well done. So yeah, there's no excuse. There's an example of probably a really poorly, badly designed landing page that is one of mine. Sorry. But the important thing is, when they fill out that form, guess what happens? They go to a thank you page. Exactly. No little message that comes up saying, your form is submitted, thank you. All right, let's move on. Okay, number 7. So from here, I'm going to get a little bit, thank you. I'm going to get a little bit unconventional now, and a little bit weird, but not that I've already been weird. But there's just some slides that I put in here that are just going to whack my own head. I don't even know why I put these in, but I've just done it. So let's just do this. And can you see the rocket? The rocket's getting closer to the planet. So we're on our way. So anyway, so you can use your WordPress website to go social. And what do I mean by this? You can become a Mark Zuckerberg. You can create your own social platform on your own WordPress website. So this is great for organizations, clubs, anything that brings people together. And you own it. It's yours, you control it. There's no big corporation behind the scenes where they can take down your page. So yeah, you could just do that. So Peepso, strange name, but it's a plugin. It's totally free. You can create a social media platform right on your WordPress website. So pretty random. Yeah, pretty random. So, but cool, yeah, cool. So anybody here that would maybe use something like this? Oh, sweet, okay, cool. All right, okay, nice, thank you, cool. Yeah, check it out. All right, now, go Headless WordPress. Now this is getting a little bit technical, but I read a really great comment recently about this, and somebody wrote the comment on somebody trying to explain what headless is, and then somebody wrote, I'm still trying to get my head around headless WordPress. I thought it was quite funny, and I kind of feel the same. I've just thrown this slide in to this presentation to scare the bejeebers out of me and try and explain a kind of complex sort of thing in a simple way. So you do this to challenge yourself when you're a speaker. So anyway, anybody know what headless WordPress is? Yeah? Yeah, cool. Did you guys want to come down and explain that? No? No? Oh, damn it. I'll pay you. I've got some money. No, okay, let's have a go at this. So you know how WordPress is a custom management system, yeah? Or a content management system. Yeah, CMS. You know, like it creates content, you can put blog posts and pages and all that sort of stuff. And then it displays all that content on the front end, yeah? So like the website. Well, with headless, it's basically stripping out the front end, and they call it decoupling or decouple. So you're decoupling the back end or the content management system part of WordPress, and you're removing and stripping out the front end component, okay? How am I doing so far with this, guys? Am I going all right? Sort of? Ish? Yeah, okay, thanks. Vote of confidence. Just put up like the 5-minute one if you want. So essentially, anybody heard of this thing, the REST API? It was introduced in WordPress 4.4 back in 2015. It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. It allows developers to be able to get and push and post content from the WordPress ecosystem or the content management system and push it to other applications. Other applications such as React or Gatsby. I've just thrown these in because they sound really awesome. Yeah, and basically, so essentially you're housing the content on your WordPress site, and then you're creating application like a web app or maybe a mobile app, which is basically pulling in, or the WordPress component is pushing the content to then live on that other application. And there's some benefits of this. And that is faster load speeds, because the application that's sitting over here, that's getting the data from WordPress, that's not having to read a database or fetch anything from a database, thank you. And it's essentially then, like the content's just there, which is being fetched from the content management system. So how am I going with this, guys? Headless, guys? Yeah, cool, thank you. So you get fast load speeds. And of course, you have a lot more flexibility and control for developers, which is pretty neat. And if the CMS goes down, which is WordPress, then the application stays up. It's not dependent on the content management system of WordPress. So that's a really good thing as well, I would say. Yeah. So if WordPress goes down, you go fix that, and then, yeah. So how did I go, guys, with the headless stuff? Was that all right? Yeah? Cool. Again, just go on Google, like I did at midnight last night, for the 100th time, what the heck is headless WordPress? Now, also, if you are around the Port Macquarie area next week, I think it's Thursday. Is it Thursday next week? Yes. The Port Macquarie meetup group they're going to be doing a thing on this where you can take your laptop and you can follow along. It's totally cool. And they're going to be doing Headless with Gatsby. Is that right? Cool. Yeah. Talk to Roby. He runs it. Yeah, cool. So if you're in the neighbourhood of Port Macquarie, and go to the meetup, and you'll learn more about this. Okay, I'm running out of time. So the next one is, or the 9th one, is Go Static with HardyPress. Anybody heard of HardyPress? Cool, nice. So HardyPress is a service. It's kind of like a hosting platform where you can go and build your website on that platform under like a staging site. Kind of similar to Cloudways, if you're familiar with Cloudways. So you'd build your site and then you would press a button in the dashboard that says Publish Site. And then what HardyPress does is it does its magic, does this thing where it converts the website into a HTML-based site. So we all know that HTML websites load faster because they don't fetch anything from the database. So all the content is there, and that's what HardyPress does. And then what it does is it puts it up on its CDN, Content Delivery Network, and they've got 30 servers around the globe, which then deliver your website to it. So the main benefits of HardyPress is that load speeds are really fast. They say up to 10 times faster. The website is secure. There's zero maintenance. You don't need to do any plugin or theme updates. That puts my business WP Genie out of business. But you've got to sort of note as well that it doesn't support dynamic websites that have shopping carts and all that sort of stuff. So it doesn't support all kinds of sites. If it's just a brochure site, very simple, then you can put it up on HardyPress and you can get it loading faster and you don't have to worry about it. And also, it only supports Contact Form 7 as well for the contact forms. Sorry, Gravity Form lovers. So yeah. So that's HardyPress. All right, let's go to number 10, the last one, offer affiliation. This is a very simple, often missed opportunity here. Does everybody know what affiliation is? Have I spelled affiliation right? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. So essentially, if you're running an e-commerce site, or if you're running some sort of service where people come to the website and buy stuff, then why not create an affiliate program on your website? So if you want to starting to drive traffic to your site, and you're fairly new in the market, you're trying to get your website out there, then this is a great way because you can then tell all your family and friends and say, hey, look, if you can sign up to my affiliate program on my website and share this link with all your friends and pop it up on social media, then anyone who comes to the website and they buy, then hey, you get a commission, a commish. So this is really cool. So there's a plugin called Affiliates Manager where you can install that. It's free. There's a whole ton of other premium add-ons and stuff that you can pay for. But you can get set up pretty easily with this particular plugin. So now, the benefits, of course, great for generating leads for e-commerce websites, allows you to monetarily reward those who refer you or refer customers to you, and it's a fully self-managed system, so you don't have to do anything. You can just send people a link and say, hey, sign up, and it all just works. And then they can go and create a URL that then they can send out to their friends and stuff. And yeah. And that's it. Woo! Nice. So we got the rocket to the planet, and you can see that, yeah, we've got the flag. Well done, guys. Well done, we got there.
Okay, we've got time for a couple of questions. Do we have some questions? One up the back here. Do you want to do the running?
You got 40 seconds.
The gentleman with the hat.
Ooh. Is that fun?
Just got a question on that WP proposal thing you showed us. You showed us WP proposal, but then you quickly went on to say you made your own.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you not use WP proposal?
Because WP proposal didn't really do what I wanted it to do. So I didn't really explain that, on my proposal system, because on the WP proposal system, when you send the link, you have all the information there that you add into the fields of that plugin. And then at the bottom, it's just an email field that they have to put in their email address to then accept the proposal. But I didn't want that. I wanted an actual form there with upsell opportunity and also a signature field there. So I'm using Gravity Forms on mine. So I just wanted to extend it a little bit more, which WP proposals didn't do for me. So, but if you're just starting out and you're wanting to get away from doing the PDF stuff, then WP proposals is a great option to start with. But then you may find that it limits you in some way.
Did you find that when you said your proposals got more increased conversion, do you think that other people were using the same type of software and you were being disadvantaged because you were using PDFs? So if you were quoting against 3 other companies and the other 2 people were using something like an online quoting, do you think you were disadvantaged because you weren't?
Well, I just think that, it all came back to the user experience. And I did ask my clients this as well, who accepted the proposal, and you have to ask questions to your customers to see if what you're doing is working. And one of the main key factors in their decision making was that they found me to be more professional with that process. And they said that they got PDF proposals from their other companies, but they found that they having the technology and sort of seeing me utilizing the website to create these proposal systems, it gave them another tick against those other companies that weren't doing that. So yeah.
That's actually a really good point. Many years ago, I was told to be your brand, and that's actually the hardest thing you can do. So if you're a web designer, being your brand and having a technology-based proposal system, it's just part of being your brand. There's lots of options out there. I use Proposify, and it really does make a difference for conversions. Okay, any other questions? So there's another one just behind you, this gentleman here.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Paul. With WP Proposal, can you set up several different proposals on the one website to do different jobs? Like if you're doing websites and then you're doing Google My Business as a separate.
Well, you're basically essentially just you're just creating another post. So
create another post and put a proposal on each post.
Yeah, you just change the proposal type, I guess. So it's just if you're sending a proposal to a client that needs, I don't know, Google reviews, then you create a proposal for that. Mm-hmm. And if you have another client that wants a website, you build another proposal for specific to that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you now got 10 topics for your next meetups.
Yeah. Yes. True.
Any other questions? Okay. Cool. Well, I'd like you to thank Paul again for very, very insightful topic. I love having a bit of humour with stuff.